So welcome back to the channel, and today we're back in my 2008 Toyota Tundra, and in a previous video I upgraded the factory radio to this Ototo X10. But the issue I don't like with this radio is the fact that volume controls is aggravating. In the sense that if you look, I'm running the apps, there's nowhere here to adjust the volume. And the way that you have to do it, and now keep in mind if you're on the highway driving 70 miles per hour, you have to slide down just like so, just to get this thing where you can adjust the volume. And sometimes you even have to go all the way to this feature and just kind of adjust it just like so. Same thing with the dimming feature on that. And to me, that is a safety concern. Now you might be saying a lot of newer vehicles, they don't have the volume knobs and all that type of stuff, but a lot of newer vehicles have steering wheel controls for the radio. This truck didn't come with that feature, and if I wanted to put that feature in there, it would involve removing the steering wheel, which is not a big deal, but then you have to change the airbag and add a whole bunch of other stuff, and it can become a little expensive and involved, probably at least about $100, $200. But that is the feature I really don't like about this radio. And then another issue I've had with this radio is the fitment is not all there. It's just a little off right over here. And this doesn't sit right just because the way that fits. The fitment and the lack of volume controls is quite annoying. I have another radio that was sent to me by another company. It's more factory, it's more plug and play. I'm excited about it. So let's go ahead and show you what we're going to be putting inside this vehicle. So this is the radio that we got. This was sent over to me by a company. They reached out to me and they said, hey, you want to check out our radio? And after doing some research on it, I'm impressed with the fact that this is the direct bolt and no special adapters or assembly needed or all that type of stuff. And it's going to give it that factory look with the features that I need. Now, as far as the model, I'll post the exact model and all that type of stuff on the screen and in the description if you're interested in it. So let's go ahead, let's get this on this bench. Let's open this up and let's show you what this thing has. So here's our radio. Let's take everything out. Really nice. We'll get a better look at that. All our cables and connectors. What I also like, free tools, especially the pry tool, but this, well, maybe it's not too bad. We'll see. Anything else? I know there was instructions somewhere. There they are. And this is kind of important, the instructions, in the sense that you have two different wiring harnesses, and we want to make sure that we use the right one. And we might have to do some wire splicing, and I'll explain about that in just a sec, but let's take a look. And this is like a direct factory aftermarket replacement option for these trucks, 2007 to I believe 2013. But I like it. It has the gloss. It mounts into the mounts just like factory, just like so. It looks really good. Very shiny. Ooh, fingerprints. And the best feature that I like, power, volume, seek, and the button. If I need to answer the phone, go to the menu, back button, navigation, music, mode, band, all that type of stuff. Now this is Android based, Android Auto. You can use Apple CarPlay if I'm not mistaken. A lot of cool features. In the back are fans to cool this thing off. Got to see what this is. Let's open this up. It does come with a backup camera, which I think is pretty awesome, but we're not going to be using this one. I have the one that mounts to the factory tailgate handle, which looks a lot better. We're probably going to have to splice into this wiring harness, and the reason why is because the way I have mine set up is that I have it powered where I've plugged into the positive and the negative on this harness on this side, where I can activate the camera at any time and I don't have to be in reverse. Yes, we do have the reverse trigger wire, but I do like that feature. Now we have our microphone. The thing I do like about this one is that it'll clip into the A-pillar. The other one, it has a sticky that I had to mount onto the windshield. I will be putting tint up on that line, just right above the AS1 line later on, so I don't have to worry about messing up the tint or messing up the adhesive. USB, our antenna for our GPS, more USB, and this is for our audio. So video out, our microphone. So another cool feature about this radio is that it comes with two wiring adapters. One of them if you have the factory amplifier, JBL system, and all those other fancy features, steering wheel controls. This plugs in and you don't lose any of those features, or you don't have to get another aftermarket adapter to use these features. So I think that's pretty awesome. And then like my truck, if you don't have those fancy features, this is the one that we are going to be using. and everything just plugs in just like so. Antenna, and we're good. That's pretty much everything that we have. So now we get to do the fun part of taking the old one out. And typically it's a lot simpler on these Tundras, but like I mentioned earlier, mine's is kind of wedged in where I can't pull that radio head out. So I do have to take out the HVAC controls, the cup holders, and then be able to slide the HVAC controls out first, and then I could take out the radio as a unit. So let's get in the truck and let me show you. So like I said, typically what we would do is that we would pop this out, pop these out, and then this radio comes out. But because the screen is bigger, we cannot just pop this out because it'll hit this, and yeah, things don't work too well. So we have to remove the cup holder. This is, for the most part, pretty simple. There's like 2 tabs on the side that we need to push in. There's a tab right over here. It pops out. There's another tab over here, and it's a lot easier using a small screwdriver versus that pry tool, because that pry tool does not hold up. It bent a little bit. There's a screw here. There's a screw here. There's one back there, and if I'm not mistaken, I think there was some others right up here. So let me go ahead, pop this off camera, and then I'll show you more. So we have 2 screws down here. They're Phillips. We got a 10mm bolt, and right up there you can see 1 and 2. Those are also 2 Phillips screws. Right over here, and this slides out just like so. And normally you don't have to do this, but like I said, because what's going on with this radio, this part does not slide out easy. I need to actually slide it down. I need to actually pull it out and slide it down. Now the next thing that we need to do is pull this, which should be easy because this thing doesn't want to sit properly. Just like so. There we go. Now this should pop out. And now this radio, this radio should come out. Wait, it has 2 bolts over here, 10mm. Now this should pop out. Just like so. Alright, let me get this thing removed, clean up the spaghetti, and then we'll move on to the next part. So this is where we're at. Everything's removed, and it's a lot. And the reason why I have to remove the cover for the gauge cluster is because the microphone. I have it wired all the way up through here behind the gauge cluster, goes right up the pillar, and is right up here. And I'm kind of torn. And the reason why I'm kind of torn is because, yes, I do want to do that tint thing, but then this would have to be removed. But this microphone, from what I've been told, sounds very good. I mean, it looks legit. I'm not sure. We might have to test it before I make a decision. But first, before we start ripping anything else and cutting and splicing, which we shouldn't have to, the only thing we need to do is mess with the reverse, which is right over here. Now, for this camera system I'm using, this purple is my trigger wire, and this is the power and the ground. So the way this is set up, you can run the power and ground through the reverse light, which I did. And then when you feed it up here, if you run this directly into the power and ground on the radio, you can activate that camera anytime without the signal. But if you don't install these, all you need to do is just wire this purple signal wire into the reverse wire on this, and then it only gets activated anytime you put it in reverse. I might go down that route. We'll see. Let's take our harness and plug this in. I'm guessing we should just be able to mount this in just like so. Yeah, mount this in just like so. Now I hate that we're not able to mount this in. Give it a more secure feel, but I mean, it does look a lot better up here, and we'll see more once I get this thing more situated. But for now, let's plug this in, make sure the radio works. I also want to test the microphone, make sure that works. I think I'm still going to use my extension. You don't have to do this, it just makes it a lot easier for testing and removing and all that other type of jazz. just gonna loosely kind of set it up right over there. Let's power this up. Did we just hit the power button? Oh, didn't plug in all the way. Okay, there we go. That's what it was. Alright, just kind of need you to hang right here, buddy. There we go. Now, anytime you have these Android radios, the first boot does take a little bit, and then I have found after this, they boot right up. Oh, that's kind of cool. A lot of features. Alright, let's go to menu. Navigation. Now, I don't have the GPS hooked up, so that part. So I don't expect it to do much. Let's go to music. I don't know where this music is coming from. Maybe it's something that's built in there. Let's go here. Yeah, it has La Isla Bonita Madonna. Okay. Let's go to band. I think that's what it is. Wow. I'm gonna tell you right now, just hearing this for a few seconds, this radio sounds way better than the other one. And it's a lot cheaper than the other one. This I like. Volume knob, awesome. Let's go to select. Okay, we have all our settings. Okay, it does dim. And let's go back to the menu. What other features do we have here? Okay, easy access there. Let's see, how do we find the apps? Oh, okay, there. I like that. Car settings, Bluetooth music, YouTube. Yep, gotta have YouTube while you're driving. That's always good. GPS Test Plus, APK Pure. I don't have this thing set up for the internet, so we're gonna have to go back. We do have the Play Store, so we can download more apps. Let me go ahead and hook this up to the internet. Internet connected, so now we should be able to go to YouTube. I mean, not that I care too much. I just want to see how well this internet works. DLM, Garage. Now, my internet is slow today, so this is no fault of the device. And I've been having that issue a lot with my internet lately, so it is what it is. So welcome back. In today's video, we're doing an oil change on my 2008 Toyota Tundra 5.7, and this has 200. Not bad. And if you're buying any used vehicle, then one of the first things you need to do is an oil change. And that's what we're going to be doing. Alright, impressed with that. Let's go back to normal. Let's get out of here, hit home. Now, AV in. I mean, obviously, if we wanted to hook up some more media and all that type of stuff, okay. I'll have to hook up the Bluetooth phone stuff, file manager. Now, what I want to do is go to settings. Okay, a lot of features here. Rear mirror, normal, display. Adjust the brightness. All right, let's go back. Take a look. Also, we have the Play Store. We have the maps, car settings, fan. What is Z-Link 5? Yeah, we're gonna have to connect the phone, so we'll go back. There we go, DSP. That's what I'm looking for. Surround, the equalizer. Yeah, that's what I like to do. So we have the pre-settings, news, jazz, city, and all that type of stuff. That is important because this other stuff gets a little complicated for me. And if you're like me, you just want to be able to find a quick setting that works. So I'm glad we have that. Fan, what's the fan? Ah, That's kind of cool, like a computer. So 46 degrees Celsius, 47, can keep the fan on. Turn the fan off, I guess if it's noisy. All right, any other apps to consider? File manager, obviously if you want to save pictures or music on here, or just use the USB thumb drive for that. Music, radio, Chrome, what's the video? I guess that's just something internal that they have. Demonstration purposes. All right, pretty cool. Definitely a cool radio. Okay, so more tinkering on camera. I synced the phone to my Bluetooth, which is pretty simple. And let's go to navigation. There we go. And that syncs it to my phone. So I have the navigation, which looks pretty good. My Spotify, temperatures. We're golden. And I've been tinkering with the sound with this radio off camera, the whole copyright thing, you know, so you really can't get an idea of how it sounds. But I can tell you this radio sounds way better than the other one. I mean, it really thumps and kicks and it has more customization. I've established this radio works really good. Oh, and I forgot to mention, this mic sounds really good too. Made a couple of phone calls and loud and clear, so no issue there. It's actually no different from this one, but in a sense, it'll clip over here. I think I'm gonna go down that route, mostly because I knocked this off. Oops. But anyways, yeah, we'll just kind of clip this over here, which will be fine. And then when I get the tint done, I don't have to worry about that. So let's go ahead, let's unplug this. Let's start routing. The microphone should be good. We pop these out, 10 millimeters, this comes out. And I shouldn't have to take out my cluster. So yeah, let's do that. So this has got to be the best radio that I've probably installed or put in any one of my vehicles. Number one, it looks factory and it actually looks like a premium option that you could have gotten from Toyota when this vehicle just came out. I mean, the finish looks good. The shiny gloss actually matches this pretty well. Actually, almost near perfect. I'm able to keep this pushed in. This was sticking out on the old one before for some reason, but now this is actually sitting in. In fact, this whole side sits in, so this looks really good. Looks good down over here. The other one blocked these buttons, which wasn't too much of a big deal, but the fact that now we can see it looks real good. Nice contours. Amazing. And for the price, this is what makes it worth it. This thing is going for Amazon for about $240, which is an amazing price. Hear me out. Navigation, Bluetooth, all the fancy apps and features, reverse cam that it comes with. So if you want to put in a reverse cam, you can use the one that it came with, which is pretty decent. I'd rather use the other one because the tailgate looks more factory. And the wiring harness, plug and play wiring harness, which is fantastic. No need to buy an adapter, wire it up, splice it up, solder up, however you decide to do it. This just plugs in, it fits, and it looks good. And the other thing too that I like specifically is that because my truck does not have any steering wheel controls, I have the knobs, which makes it a lot easier, safer, so you're not taking your eyes off the road. Definitely a good value. So if you're interested, I'll post the link for this radio. I'm not sure if they have it for other models. I actually haven't checked their website for that. But the fact that you can get an aftermarket radio that fits just like a premium upgrade for the factory for about $250 is a great deal. Awesome radio. Highly recommend it. Easy installation. So thanks for watching, and let's see what else we do to this truck.